Hello friends, today we shall discuss how to find the particular integral of a linear differential equations. In the earlier three lectures we have seen how to find the complementary function for the four different cases and we have solved certain problems also. Now today we shall concentrate upon how to determine the particular integral. So we know that the general solution is nothing but the sum of the complementary functions and the particular integral. Complementary function is denoted by y suffix c plus particular integral is denoted by the notation y suffix p. This c denotes the complementary part whereas this p denotes the particular integral part. Now, how to determine this particular integral? There are three different methods of finding out the particular integral of the linear differential equations with constant coefficient depending upon the nature of problem. The first and foremost method is the general integral method. Second method, it comprises of the shortcut methods. It has different 7-8 formulae by virtue of which we directly determine the particular integral. So in this second method, it is called as shortcut method. Third method is called as the variation of parameters method. It is also very cracking method, variation of parameters. Today, we shall discuss the general method of finding out the particular integral. So let us discuss the general method. And by this method, we would be determining all these three particular integrals of these three examples. Okay. So what is the general integral method of yp? What is linear differential equation in its short form? It is denoted by f of d in its operator form, f of d into y equal to say capital F of x. Okay. So this is short or compact or say operator form of a linear differential equation. We put d by dx as capital D, d square by dx square as capital D square and so on. And then we combine all these capital D terms and it reduces to this form. So the basic fundamental definition of yp, the particular integral part is from this operator form equation is if f of capital D into y is f of x, then the particular integral yp is defined as 1 upon f of d into f of x, which is quite obvious from this equation. If we divide this equation by f of capital D, we get this y, which is in particular called as yp. F of D is however an algebraic expression in D, where capital D is an operator. So 1 upon f of D, 1 upon some D terms, they are perhaps the integrating operator. Capital D is differential operator, 1 upon D is called as integral. That we shall see. So this is the basic definition of yp. Now, what is general integral method? The general integral method is one upon, this is important formula, generally d minus say m operating on f of x. What does it mean? If this f of d is expressed or involved in terms of this d minus m, some linear terms forms, then this yp 1 upon capital D minus m operating on f of x is equal to e to the power mx into integral e to the power minus mx into f of x. This yp is expressed in terms of integrating formula that can be easily derived from this, and using the technique of solution to the first order linear differential equation, finding out integrating factor, we get this. It is a single step verification expression. So note this formula: 1 upon d minus m into f of x is e to the power plus mx into integral e to the power minus mx into f of x. If we replace this m by minus m, then 1 upon d plus m into f of x, this integrating. Similarly, it is very simpler to convert this formula, so it would be e raised to the power minus mx into integral e to the power plus mx into f of x dx. So you need to remember these two formulae. This formula is nothing but the general integral method. Okay. Now, subject to these two different formulae, we would now be determining the particular integral of these three examples. Okay. Let us discuss the first example. It is the linear differential equation d square plus 3d plus 2, this is f of d into y, is equal to e to the power x. This is f of x, right hand side. We would now be determining the yp, particular integral part of this second order linear differential equations. Okay. Now, this is f of d into y is equal to f of x. So yp, just as I told you, it is of course equal to 1 upon d square plus 3d plus 2 into e to the power x. Now, this can be factorized into two different linear factors are d plus 1 into d plus 2. Into e to the power x. This is further equal to, now 1 upon, I am writing this step as this, note this, d plus 2, I am keeping this d plus 2 factor outside and multiplied by 1 upon d plus 1 into e to the power x. Why I have kept this d plus 2 outside and I am operating first by d plus 1? The reason is very simple. Here the function f of x is e to the power 1x. Due to this, I am using these factors first. E to the power 1x, it is must be operated by 1 upon d plus 1. Okay, we shall see how. 1 upon d plus 2 times. Now, I am using that formula. 1 upon d plus m into f of x. Earlier I have shown you. That formula is here, m is equal to 1. The formula is e to the power minus mx minus x into integral of e to the power plus mx into e to the power x into dx. Further equal to 1 upon d plus 2 times e to the power minus x. This integral is very simple. E to the power x. If I substitute this e to the power x as, say, substitute as small t. So this would become e to the power small t, which is e to the power x. T is e to the power x is equal to t. Then e to the power x dx would be dt. So this integral is nothing but e to the power t dt. E to the power t dt integrates as e to the power t. So the integral of this is e to the power x. Very simple. If we putting e to the power x is equal to t and e to the power x dx is equal to dt. So this integral would reduce to e to the power t dt. E to the power t dt integrates as e to the power t. And e to the power t means e to the power x, because t is e to the power x. So integral of this is nothing but e to the power x. Again, now I am employing 1 upon d plus 2 to this factor f of x. Okay. Again, it's the same formula. But here now n is equal to plus 2. So it is e to the power minus 2x into e to the power plus 2x into f of x. F of x is e to the power minus x into e to the power x. Here once again I am repeatedly second time using the same formula. So it is e to the power minus 2x times e to the power 2x into e to the power minus x is integral e to the power x into e to the power x. Again the same integral is repeating over here. So it is e to the power minus 2x into e to the power x. So this is the net value of y. This is final answer of yp is e to the power minus 2x into e to the power x. The complementary function is the roots of this f of d, they are minus 1 minus 2. Cf or yc. As the roots are minus 1 minus 2 d equal to, these are real and distinct roots. So ic is e to the power c1 into e to the power minus x plus c2 e to the power minus 2x. This is cf yc plus this just we have calculated yp as e to the power minus 2x into e to the power x. The sum of these two would be the final general solution of this first example. Now I would be calculating the second one. Second example is d square plus d times d square plus d. This is f of d into y is equal to 1 upon 1 plus e power x. F of d is d square plus d. So yp is formulated as 1 upon f of d, 1 upon d square plus d into 1 upon 1 plus e power x. Okay. That is further equal to, it is quadratic in d. For employing the general integral formula, we need to factorize this into linear parts. So obviously d seems to be common over here. D into d plus 1 into 1 upon 1 plus e power x. This is further equal to 1 upon d times 1 upon d plus 1. Operating on f of x is 1 upon 1 plus e power x. Again, the same justification for this trick. Why I am employing this d plus 1 earlier? Because here it is e to the power x. In general integral formula, the right hand side function, if it is function of e power x, here it is 1 upon 1 plus e power x. This right hand side function is function of e power x. Earlier it was e to the power x. In the third example, we observe over here it is e to the power minus 2x. So if the right hand side function is function of e power x, then it is quite desirable to use this general integral method. So, again the formula 1 upon capital D, the same formula I have used earlier example, D plus 1, D plus M is e to the power minus x into integral of e to the power x into f of x, 1 upon 1 plus e power x dx. 1 upon D times e to the power minus x into. Now it is very easy to integrate this. If we put denominator equal to t, numerator would be equal to derivative of denominator. So dt upon t. If I put 1 plus e to the power x as t, so derivative of this e to the power x dx would be dt. So this integral is nothing but log of 1 plus e power x. Again, this 1 upon d means it is derivative operator equivalent to d by dx. So 1 upon d means it is integral with respect to x. So it is integral of e to the power minus x into log of 1 plus e to the power x dx. E to the power minus x into log of 1 plus e to the power x dx, which integrates as, I am using the integration by parts. The logarithmic function is always supposed to chosen as the first and foremost. So first function log of 1 plus e power x into integral of next e to the power minus x integrates as e to the power minus x upon minus 1 minus integral of the derivative of first. Derivative of log of 1 plus e power x is 1 upon 1 plus e power x into e power x minus integral of the derivative of first into integral of second e to the power minus x, again integrates as e to the power minus x upon minus 1 dx. Integration by parts. So this is minus e to the power minus x into log of 1 plus e power x. This minus minus would become plus integral of dx upon 1 plus e power x. Again, this is a very typical integral to integrate with. This is further equal to minus e to the power minus x into log of 1 plus e power x plus I am multiplying and dividing by e to the power minus x to this expression, to this integral. So e to the power minus x I am multiplying the numerator and denominator, e to the power minus x plus 1 into dx. What I did over here, I have multiplied the numerator and denominator by e power minus x. So by due to this, what has happened to this function? Due to this, if I put the numerator equal to t, e to the power minus x plus 1 equal to t, the denominator would become minus dt. So integral is minus dt upon t. So it is minus log of t. So it integrates as minus e to the power minus x into log of 1 plus e power x it is minus log of 1 plus e to the power minus x. So this is the final answer for the particular integral part. Now third and final. Third example is d square plus 5d plus 6 into y is equal to e to the power minus 2x x square x into 1 plus 2 tan x. Okay. Yp is as usual 1 upon f of d. It is d square plus 5d plus 6, which factorize as d plus 2 d plus 3 into f of d e to the power minus 2x into sec square x into 1 plus 2 tan x. Okay. While solving this example, I am using this property of integral. Integral of e to the power x into f of x plus f prime of x dx is e to the power x into f of x. In this, if I put e to the power x into f of x equal to t, then this complete expression e to the power x into f plus f dash, that becomes dt. E to the power x into f plus f dash becomes dt, so that its integral is e to the power x into f. Okay. As I am going to use this property, e raised to power x f plus f prime is integrated as e to the power x f. So I am again introducing the d plus 3 power first. D plus 3 operating on e to the power minus 2x into sec square x into 1 plus 2 tan x. D plus m, general integral formula 1 upon d plus 2 times, here m is 3 plus 3. So it is e to the power minus 3x into e to the power plus 3x into f of x. F of x is this, e to the power minus 2x into sec square x into 1 plus 2 tan x.